Summary. Useless freak. When you went missing from school, everyone had thought you'd finally up and killed yourself. Sad to know you haven't. You know, what the fuck? He said as he spotted Hawks. Heyo, stuff like that is technically harassment. Most people wouldn't want a pro catching them doing that, he said in his usual confident tone. The guy's eyes immediately widened, stumbling on an apology as he ran out of the store. Good evening, sir. Are you? Holy shit, you're a war criminal, he said, backing up as he looked at the villain, Green. They've been trying to catch him for months, and he just found him grocery shopping at midnight, injured and in no shape to fight a man who somehow made a serum that disintegrated Overhauls' veins from the inside out. Not to mention, said man looked absolutely pissed. Midoriya Izuku had a long fucking day. It was meeting after meeting after problem after problem. So obviously when he was done, he just wanted some katsudon, his mother's old recipe. She never saved it, but after years of trying, he had finally found out how she made it. Going to the kitchen, he was already imagining the taste, the relaxing process of cooking it, the nice smell. Opening the fridge, he looked for the pork. There was none. He looked for the eggs, the onions. Ugh, he would have to go to the grocery store at midnight if he wanted some, and, well, he really fucking wanted some. So he found himself at the nearest store that sold food at midnight, trying to find eggs, pork, and onions, the things he did for his mother's katsudon. He was peacefully browsing shelves, not even doing anything. He had a mask on, but his hair was still just as distinctive as his middle school days. He really should have dyed it when he got older, but hey, he liked his green hair. Fucking Deku? Except for now. Turning around, he found himself face to face with Tsubasa. He didn't seem to have changed much either. This was the worst day he'd had in years. Hawks was in some minor trouble. He was injured, really injured, and normally that's not a problem. The Commission has had some of the best healers in the world, save for some villain groups who are smart enough to know that they need healers, and usually he'd just go there. But the Commission was upset with him recently, and if they found out he got so injured on just a simple patrol, he didn't want to deal with that. So here he was at the nearest store open this late, trying to buy himself a first aid kit, when he noticed something he couldn't ignore. He noticed a person and another person, which was normal. But one seemed to be hurling insults at the other, and okay, he needed bandages, but he was a pro hero. He couldn't just leave that alone. Plus, it would only take like 5 seconds, and then he could ask the man with the green mop of hair where to find a first aid kit. So he walked up, slinging his arm around the green-haired man, more for support, but he'd say it was protection. Useless freak. When you went missing from school, everyone thought you'd finally up and killed yourself. Sad no, you haven't. What the fuck? He said as he spotted Hawks. Heyo, stuff like that is technically harassment. Most wouldn't want a pro hero catching them doing that, he said in his usual confident tone. The guy's eyes immediately widened, stumbling on an apology as he ran out the store. Good evening, sir. Are you? Holy shit, you're a war criminal, he said, backing up as he looked up at the villain, Green. They'd been trying to catch him for months, and he had just found him grocery shopping at midnight. Injured nonetheless, and in no shape to fight a man who had somehow made a serum that disintegrated Overhaul's veins from the inside out. Not to mention, said man looked absolutely pissed. Hawks was truly gonna die today. He just sighed like he was absolutely exhausted. Hawks is gonna die. He should just put a feather through his chest now. That would save him the torture. The first aid kit is 3 hours down on the left, he said, voice monotone, as he went back to looking at what he was probably knives, or poison, or onions? Wait, what did Green said? Wait, what? Green only looked more annoyed. It's unbelievably obvious you're injured. The medical supplies are 3 hours down on your left. Oh, thank you. What are you doing? He asked, looking absolutely dumbfounded. Green had an army. He was a national threat. Hawks was ordered not to fight him because he'd get his ass killed. The public hadn't been told about him because it would cause too much panic. Hawks understood villains having lives too, but him? In a store, buying onions. There had to be some kind of lie here. There was no way there wasn't. Maybe it was a trap, or maybe Green was going to rob the place. Wait, no. He would never do something so small in person. Maybe... I wanted katsudon. We didn't have the ingredients. I really wanted katsudon. Just go get yourself the medical supplies you need. I'm not getting accused of your murder because I was nearby, he said, finally picking out an onion and moving down the meat aisle. Hawks just got himself some bandages because what the fuck else was he supposed to do? The Commission would not be knowing about this. They'd kill him for sure. Izuku got himself some katsudon. His second-in-command would not be knowing anything about this. She'd question if he was even still a villain. He didn't feel like killing anyone tonight.